5 hurricanes simultaneously in the region. All because of that climate crisis. All because of that global warming that came from burning fossil fuels. And this is why this debate is so important today. Because I beg to differ from the member of, well, I can't call him member of Christchurch South anymore, the leader of the opposition, because he say he ain't bothering with Christchurch South no more. He done with them, and he gone to St. John. Pack up his bags and gone. So the leader of the opposition suggests that the debate is about oil. But I beg to differ. This is not about oil.
That's right.
This is about energy.
That's the point.
And he misses the point.
You don't understand it.
Because oil is not the only source of energy. And that's exactly what this is about. Energy can be got from the sun in terms of solar. Energy can be got from the wind in terms of wind turbines. Energy can be got by many other sources. Geothermal. Energy can be got even kinetic. Biogas. All these other sources of energy. This is not about oil and oil alone. This is about transforming a nation, using the nation and all the aspects of the nation to be able to generate energy so that people, when they turn on the light, they could get light. So that people can have the ECG or the heart monitor, so that the surgeon can operate, so that the gases or the generator are adequately powered. That is what this is about. It is about understanding that energy is a mix, not relying on one and putting, as we say in Barbados, not putting all your eggs in one basket. And that's exactly what this is about. Bringing everything together. The National Petroleum Corporation, the terminal, and the BNOCL. And you know, Mr. Speaker, I was the chairman for the National Petroleum Corporation from 2003 to 2008. And you know, people say, I still act as I'm the chairman. Haven't been that for many years, but because I recognize and I learned the sector. I learned how important it was, how an important input natural gas is, and how important input energy is for a society. And it's not only about power. And I'm not talking about the raw political power that the leader of opposition is looking for. I'm talking about powering an economy, making a country go better, making a country build. And whether we like it or not, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition is entitled to his opinions, but he's not entitled to his own facts. And the facts of the matter are that this country has been upgraded time and time again by external agencies. This is not BLP, DLP, or when it was NDP, or Solutions, or whatever it is. External agencies are saying, Barbados, you are on the right track. Your economy is doing well, and therefore we are going to upgrade you, and we've done it upgrade after upgrade after upgrade. Not tinged, not biased by any political slant. This is what an independent advisory body called Fitch has told the people of Barbados. Standard & Poor's upgraded us. Fitch upgraded us. Not a downgrade in sight. Upgrade after upgrade. We have to listen to them. We have to understand. And you know, as much as it pained me sometimes to listen to the opposition, to suggest that the country is in trouble. Would a country be in trouble if you have investor after investor lining up to come and do business in a country that is in trouble? No. Would that be throwing away your money? Investors are coming because they see Barbados is on the rise. That's exactly why they come. That's exactly why you see so many hotels building. That's exactly why you see people looking to build warehouses. That's exactly why you see looking for people to get involved in energy and investments in energy. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, I listened carefully to my friend from St. James Central. But there's one investment he forgot, and I have just gotten up to talk about it. It is the hydrogen investment in this country. First time in the region. First time in the region. It's called Renewable. with HDF, which is the French hydrogen company. And let me explain what it is, because a lot of people don't understand it. I'm going to try to explain it simply. What the intention is, they have a PV farm which generates electricity. Some of that electricity goes to the grid. The rest of the electricity is used with what's called two electrodes, an anode and a cathode. That's really positive and negative. Pass that electricity through water. What that water does is called the system of electrolysis. What that does is that splits water. Water is known as H2O. You pass electricity through the water, it splits H2O into H2 and O. H2 is hydrogen gas. That gas is then captured when the sun is up. Once the sun goes down, that gas is then put through something called a hydrogen cell or a fuel cell. That fuel cell produces more electricity when the sun is down. And that's exactly what it is. That is called green hydrogen. And that is what we are doing in Barbados. It is not about oil. It is about energy. And in the same way, in a way, and it is clear. It is clear. It is absolutely and pellucidly clear. To use a metaphor that a member from his side used to say, it is pellucidly clear as a blind man on a trotting horse going backwards. It is pellucidly clear, Mr. Speaker, that Barbados is doing better than it has been doing before. It is pellucidly clear that when Labour leads, Bajans succeed. And we are not going to let anybody, any organization move us from that trajectory. It is our intention to do whatever we have to make sure that we change how things go in this country, that we improve our energy mix, that we give opportunities for people. Opportunities, it's about empowering the average Barbadian. And yes, photovoltaic systems are there. Yes, you can sell your photovoltaic energy to the light and power. But yes, you can also have batteries and have it off-grid. And there are a lot of people that have batteries and are using it off-grid. And that's exactly what it's about. And I have no doubt that you're soon going to see more wind turbines as well. Because finding the right mix, giving an opportunity to the average person to improve their lot, that is what this is about. And when we talk about battery storage and the opportunities for people to invest in battery storage, let me be clear. Battery storage opportunity is very important. When you are doing investments in PV, it's what we call land hungry. You have to have a lot of land to do it. But batteries do not need the quantum of land that PV needs. So it means that other people who may not have a lot of land, a container size, a 20-foot container, a 40-foot container, you can have a half a megawatt or a megawatt in a 40-foot container. That's all you need. And it means that your opportunity to get involved in the energy sector without having land, but having an opportunity to be able to participate is now open. So it's about empowering the average person in this country. I have no doubt, Mr. Speaker, that very soon you're going to see houses with what you call the battery wall. They have houses with that now. Tesla produced a battery that was on the wall for houses. And I have no doubt that we're going to soon be seeing that in Barbados. You have PV on the roof. You have a battery wall, which is a wall basically that is a battery. And then you use it to plug in your car. And let me even go further. There is technology existing, Mr. Speaker, for those who may not know, that you can actually use the battery in your car to store your own electricity. So you have PV on the roof, you have the battery plugged in at the house, the car, because it's an EV car. You get the electricity from the PV, you use the battery of the car to then give back electricity to the house when you don't have electricity in the nighttime. All of these opportunities. The opportunities and the technology continues to improve by leaps and bounds. And we as a government are following it. We are continuing to keep abreast of it. And as more opportunities become available, we will make them available to the people of this country. Because we recognize the significant benefits of getting people involved, helping them to understand, and helping them to recognize that this is a vehicle that they can improve themselves on. Now I say, Mr. Speaker, and I want to be very, very clear on this. Cost of living is a problem. Worldwide. Worldwide. Cost of living is a problem. Have we done things about it? Of course we have. We had the compact. And in that compact, we've been tracking the prices. We continue to track them. And we're seeing that some prices are in fact better than they were even at that time. But that was because of the same price of oil at the time. So when oil prices are high, it means that transportation prices are high. So therefore, costs are transferred on, so you get inflation, imported inflation. But now, the cost of oil has gone down. That together with the compact that we arranged with the suppliers and the distributors, meant that the government worked to control the cost of living. Is it the be-all and end-all? No. Are we going to continue to find new and innovative ways to control cost of living? Absolutely. 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 And this is exactly why we work every day. And this is one of the ways. Because when we amalgamate the NPC and the BNOC and the terminals, it means that there'll be cost savings in there. It means that there's cost savings that we can pass on to consumers so that we can control the cost of living in this country. And you know, at the end of the day, I honestly believe that all of us come in here to make lives a little better for the people of this country, our brothers and our sisters. I actually believe that. And this is one of those measures so that we can better manage our resources, better manage the companies, and by extension, give Bajans a better deal. And that's what the Barbados Labour Party is about. I promise, Mr. Speaker, that I would be brief, and I could only end on when Labour leads, Bajans succeed. I'm obliged.
Honourable Leader, Government Business.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that the Honourable Member for St. Philip North be appointed the temporary chairman of committees. As I'm sure colleagues are aware on both sides, the Honourable Member for St. Lucie has recently lost his brother, and he is attending his funeral overseas. So he's not with us today, and our prayers and sympathies are with him and his entire family. And I would therefore beg to move that the Honourable Member for St. Philip North be appointed temporary chairman of committees.
The question is that the Honourable Member for St. Philip North be appointed chairman of committees. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Let me think the ayes have it. The Honourable Member for St. Philip North is duly appointed to act as chairman of committees. Honourable Member for St. James Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And as I rise to close this debate, let me thank the Honourable Member for Christchurch West for his expatiation on the matter. I think, sir, that he brought a measure of clarity after the obfuscation attempt from the Honourable Member who leads the opposition. With respect to the leader of the opposition, Mr. Speaker, sir, I do not know. I throw my hands in the air. You really come here, sir, to try hard to to drill into a difficult skull some of the basics. Mr. Speaker, sir, we talked about transportation. We talked about the transformation that has to take place in that sector. We talked about the transformation, Mr. Speaker, sir, that must take place with regard to the technology, PV and solar. I am indebted to my friend from Christchurch West, who also introduced hydrogen. We spoke, Mr. Speaker, sir, about the technology with regard to microgridding and the opportunities for Barbadians there. We talked about the job opportunities, sir. The job opportunities. New jobs, green jobs for young people. Mr. Speaker, sir, we talked about the cost, the opportunity that now exists for Barbadians to invest in a brand new sector in a manner that never took place before in any of the major transformations to sectors of our economy. For as long as we have been talking about economic diversification, sir, we failed to do it. We spoke, Mr. Speaker, sir, about the hostile posture adopted, of all places, from the White House. And Mr. Speaker, sir, with respect to renewables, and Mr. Speaker, we got a response that really suits a 5 or 10-minute segment on the Marcia Week show. And if Parliament is only going to be reduced to that, sir, then in a real sense, much is lost. And then, sir, having nothing to say useful, we went through the exercise of the questions. Now, I say to the Leader of the Opposition, I have no difficulty. If you want to ask a question, there are rules of this House. If you do not know the rules, familiarize yourself with them. They're available readily. There is an opportunity to put parliamentary questions to people. And you do that via a specific format. If the honourable member is too lazy, or does not understand, or did not know, now he knows. But I will humour the member, sir, because the questions really were, quite frankly, irrelevant. The honourable member for Christchurch West spoke to the first one. It is a nonsense to come in a debate where I began by saying that we are talking about using natural gas as a bridging fuel. Not for once did I say anything about oil, Mr. Speaker, sir. I said specifically we have abandoned fossil fuels, and we have abandoned that fossil. The fossil went behind the Speaker's chair to seek out advice from the short. Another fossil to come back and talk in a debate about energy, about oil. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government of Barbados, if the honourable member wants a direct and unequivocal response, the cabinet of Barbados, sir, is very clear. It ain't a matter you want to laugh at yourself now. We are all laughing at you, so you can as well join in it. The cabinet, Mr. Speaker, sir, is very clear. If the majors, the large oil companies that are capable of doing exploration, are interested in extracting gas, Barbados is there with them. Gas will be used by this economy under this administration, sir, as the bridging fuel to take us to renewable energy. We will not turn our face away from that. The discussion about oil, sir, is not on the cards. Mr. Speaker, I go further. The issue of what is happening, and I presume he's talking about Trinidad, Venezuela, and Barbados. Because he, up to now, and I believe it is really rooted in a lack of understanding, the honourable member did not condescend to say what states he is speaking about in this region. But he made some vague reference, as he usually does, as though this is something that is really too difficult to comprehend. And it may be for him, but it is not difficult. I am sure he's familiar by now with the annual conference of the Barbados Labour Party that took place last weekend. I am sure, Mr. Speaker, he is aware of the unequivocal position taken by the Prime Minister of Barbados, who was joined on Sunday by the Prime Minister of Dominica, who took an equally unequivocal position, which reflects a position that I have put into the public domain as much as 3 weeks ago. We are interested in maintaining a zone of peace in this region, sir. We are interested, Mr. Speaker, sir, in continuing a partnership with our friends in the United States, which is based on mutual respect, which is based on collaborative arrangements and sharing of intelligence, because we have a vested interest in fighting narcotics trafficking. All of us in this region have that problem. All of us understand that connected to that problem is illicit guns and ammunition illegally being used in our countries. All of us want to work with any institution or any serious entity like the American government that is willing to assist. Where we have drawn the line, sir, is on the question of what is the legality of the matter. And we have a difficulty if our domestic law says that we should arrest somebody who is a suspect. Barbados's domestic law says to the government of Barbados, you must ensure that your forces, your security forces, arrest a suspect, that you bring them to trial along with the evidence that you may have about the allegation of their being involved in the crime of narcotics trafficking. And that after fair trial, where a man has a right to represent himself and be heard in his own defense, then, sir, you open the gates to what the punishment may be. We say to our friends in the United States that to the best of our knowledge, information, and belief, that is the same principle that applies in the United States of America in all of its contiguous states. Bar none. And so therefore, you arrest a suspect, you seize the evidence, such as you have, you bring the suspect to trial. After trial, where a person has a right to be heard in his own defense and to adduce any evidence that he or she may wish to adduce, and if that individual is found guilty, then you proceed to sentence. And we say, sir, that if you're going to shortcut that process, you are beginning to go down a very slippery slope. I, sir, do not believe that the Prime Minister of Barbados believes, nor the Prime Minister of Dominica or any other in this region, that we can make determinations of life and death arbitrarily. And we have a difficulty, sir, if in this area there is a view that you just dispose of people, living human beings, on the basis of the fact that you say you have intelligence. And that is nothing for me to cower about as Foreign Minister of Barbados. And I would have hoped that he who stands at first lip and wants to inherit a government would have the testicular fortitude to say equally that were he in the chair of leadership of this country, that he too would not cower, and that he too is wedded to a principle which is fundamental to the law of this country, that those people who you believe to be suspect of criminal activity should be apprehended, and having been apprehended, should be brought to trial, and having been given a fair trial, then face justice, and that justice should not be a summary execution without reference, sir, to the bringing to light of evidence in a court of competent jurisdiction. I don't understand the question. If that is his question, sir, I've given him the answer. The third question, sir, was a matter of meandering irrelevance that started here, inviting me to walk through the city of Bridgetown. I've walked the city of Bridgetown many times, many times. I meet people who are happy to see me. I meet people who are unhappy that he is in the Parliament of Barbados. I meet people, sir, who complain about the Democratic Labour Party's failure to adduce a single policy in this country to advance the interests of people. I meet people, sir, who hope and pray for the day when you can have a serious intellectual discussion in this place and not the same namby-pamby foolishness that he comes in here week after week to subject us to, sir, as though it is that he believes that because he don't read, nobody else in here is capable of having a serious and sensible discussion. We believe, Mr. Speaker, sir, the honourable member would do better to stop recording himself, listening to himself, intellectually masturbating himself, and to settle down. Settle down.
Honourable member,
intellectually, sir.
Honourable member for St. James Central.
I said intellectually.
Honourable member for. Honourable member for St. James Central. I am speaking. That language is not permissible under my watch. It is not permissible under my watch while I sit in this chair.
I withdraw the term, Mr. Speaker, sir. I withdraw both intellectually and masturbating. because neither are appropriate in this House when referring to the honourable member. And so therefore, sir, with those few words, I beg to move that this bill be read a second time. I'm obliged.
The question is that this bill be read a second time. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it.
I beg to move that you now leave the House, leave the chair, and the House resolve itself into committee for further consideration of this bill.
The question is that the Speaker do not leave the chair and the House resolve itself into committee for further consideration of this bill. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it.
This House is now in committee.
Madam Chair, I'm proposing that we call in groups of clauses. Clauses 1 to 6.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that clauses 1 to 6 do not stand part.
Beg to second that.
Question is that clauses 1 to 6 stand part. All honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say nay. Methinks the ayes have it.
7 to 11.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that clauses 7 through 11 stand part.
Beg to second that.
Question is that clauses 7 to 11 stand part. All honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say nay. Methinks the ayes have it.
Schedule.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that the schedule be the schedule to the bill.
Beg to second that.
Question is that the schedule is the schedule to the bill. All honourable members in favour, please say aye. All those against, please say nay. Methinks the ayes have it. Question is that I do now report to the Honourable Speaker the passing of one bill in committee.
Beg to second.
All honourable members, please say aye. Aye. In agreement. All those who are against, please say nay. Methinks the ayes have it. No report to the Honourable Speaker.
Chairman of committees, as reported in the passing of one bill in committee. All members for St. James Central.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the bill be now read a third time.
Beg to second.
The question is that this bill be read a third time. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the bill be now passed and cited as the Barbados National Energy Company Limited Transfer and Vesting of Assets Bill 2005. Act 2005, sir.
2020.
Beg to second.
I beg your pardon. Barbados National Energy Company Limited Transfer and Vesting of Assets Act 2025.
Beg to second that, sir.
The question is that this bill be passed and so cited. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it. This bill is passed and so cited. Honourable Leader, Government Business.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With that, we've come to the end of today's sitting. I therefore beg to move the adjournment of the House until the 4th of November at 10 a.m.
Beg to second that.
The question is that this honourable chamber be adjourned until the 4th day of November at 10 a.m. in the forenoon. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it. This honourable chamber stands adjourned until Tuesday, the 4th day of November 2025 at 10 a.m. in the forenoon.